In this next variant of the demo, we have the same functionality, but now we're moving into actually using data binding to clean up the code some. So we have the same setup that we have the main window with an instance of our user control here, customer edit view, inside of it. And the customer edit view is defined down in the customers folder still. The main difference here is notice that now the individual input controls are leveraging two-way data binding, where they bind to their data context to expose a last name, a first name, and a phone property. The button is still just using a click handler to get to an onSave method in the code behind. So now if we go look at what this does to the code behind, you can see it cleans things up considerably in that on load, we still have to go out and load our model object through our repository layer, but then we can just push that into the data context. And the individual bindings in the view then have two-way data binding against the properties exposed on that model object. Because they're two-way, that means any changes made by the user get written directly into that object. So when it's time to save, we don't have to go gather up any values out of the controls themselves. The data has already been transferred into that bound model object. So we can just go pass it to our repository layer to get it saved. So that cleans things up considerably. Then the next logical step is let's get all this junk out of the code behind of the view and let it focus just on the structure and move the data manipulation and interaction logic into this separate thing we call a view model.